that scrutiny, and then rapidly pursue that course of action. One of my governance principles is long-term benefits over short-term benefits. And if we have a chance to spend some money to change course, but save a huge amount in the long run, I think we should do that. But what I think doesn't matter, we need to have community-wide consensus so they don't rise up and lynch us in front of City Hall.
It's coming.
I went to both of the workshops that were conducted both by the biomass opponents and on the following day by GRU. Ray was having some technical difficulties with his presentation, and GRU presentation degenerated into a diatribe of jargon. And I got up and publicly stated that it was unintelligible and useless and did not fulfill their mission, which was to present to the public something that they could understand about where the biomass plant stood. So with that, I think there are bricks missing in the cisterns that hold are keeping their arguments are not holding water on either side, because a brick or two are missing in my mind. Thank you very much.
Coming back around, Mr. Grundy.
Okay. My take on the biomass plan and what will be the financial consequences or impact. Two things. First and foremost, in this race, we need to have facts, because facts matter. Can you all hear me? Great. Facts matter. We need to have the facts, and the facts are two things. All of us as candidates can give anecdotal feedback on how we feel about this issue, as controversial as it's been, for us to tell you we're against it, and that's fine. But the facts is there's two people in this entire election that had anything or could have done anything about the biomass plant. One is former Commissioner Lauren Poe, and the second is Nathan Scott. Both had a vote. Both could have, if something could have been done, it would have been done then. First and foremost, the City Commission as a whole, as one voice, voted unanimously as one voice to go forward with the biomass plant. The timeline since 2002, we've had a timeline. Now, I find it interesting that we say one of the folks up here said it's a fiasco, it's a disaster, but when you make a motion from the Public Service Commission to move forward with this process, then you're responsible for that very disaster that you call it. Secondly, the financial consequences and impact. We do have some concerns. There's folks that are saying that District 1 is going to bear the burden. Folks, the facts of the matter is the biomass plant is not here and electric bills are high right now. We can't live in the future. We can't even live in the past, but we can live for right now. We need to be asking the question is, how do we lower the electric bills right now? My electric bills, again, I'm one of the folks that is working class and working every day to pay his $252 light bill and is struggling to put food on his table. So it affects me like it affects everyone else. And I look forward to continuing having that conversation. Thank you.
Mr. Washington.
The biomass plant is the most terrible economic disaster waiting to happen that this community has ever faced. This isn't a matter of speculation. We don't have time to go into it now, but I'm going to give you my website address. It's voteRayWashington.com. voteRayWashington.com. There's a whole section in there on the biomass, a lot of different information on there. You have Diane Deeby, who knows much about this plant. She studied it inside and out. Ms. Deeby, I hope will talk to you tonight about it. I can get into the details if you want, but like some folks that Mr. Grundy has referred to, this isn't an opinion. I've spent a year and a half, read hundreds of thousands of pages of documents on this biomass plant. I know what happened, and I know why it happened. And it's really a sad situation for this community, and something has to be done. I respect Ms. Lutz, but it's not in the ground. The official groundbreaking ceremony was the 10th or the 11th of October. It was the day after the Regional Utilities Commission, which is headed by Ms. Susan Botcher, who used to be here, maybe she's here now. For the first time in 2.5 years, there was a meeting about this biomass plant. I'd like to talk to everybody about why this was covered up for 2.5 years, and I'd love to talk to you about it, but my time's up. Thank you.
And Mr. King.
First of all, I'm not for the biomass plant. And let me say this. There are a lot of different opinions floating out there about it. I'm a former employee. I worked through the YES program with GRU. I worked in the field service division. Okay, so I saw a lot of things that happened. I saw how people, just as Amanda was saying, people can't pay their bills now. People are suffering now. So my take on this, first of all, the economic impact, the financial impact, we cannot afford it. Okay, people cannot afford it. It's time for our citizens, okay, to start stepping up to the plate and going out to City Hall and saying, look, this is wrong. If it's wrong, say it's wrong. And not only that, but you know, I believe that it would be nice if we could put on the ballot to deregulate Gainesville. And let me say why. The reason is, if we deregulate Gainesville, it would open up the market. I believe that it would also open up more revenue for the city of Gainesville. And I think that we're talking about, you know, the biomass and add jobs, but what about the people that work at GRU that may think about leaving the city to go work for the biomass plant? That is unacceptable to me, and these questions need to be asked. These questions need to be answered. Saying, well, what about the people that work there that want to leave and go work for the other company? That's not right. Yeah, we may be creating jobs, but people that work for the city, we need to, you know what, do right by them. And if we pay them right and do wages right, they won't have to leave.
All right. Thank you very much.